We're on. It's Comics by Night. Come on in, folks. It's Friday. This program has been pre-recorded. It is the 21st of February. So come on in, everybody. I've got to throw up a... Yep, exactly. I got to put up that banner. Right there. Boom. No chat today. We are pre-recorded. Got a very interesting book to show you. I hope that the line work comes through on the camera because it looks like it was printed a little light. And we'll see how it goes. Here is the opening, and we will get into it right there.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with the...
There we are. Good morning, everybody. It's Comics by Night. It's morning where I am. It's about 5 a.m. It's about 10 a.m.
I can't believe it's Friday already.
I can't either. It just
I can't believe it's
the whole week just nothing. It's too cold up here.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock here. 2 p.m.
Actually, it's 10 where you are.
10 p.m. I was thinking it was Sunday.
Yeah, no, I know. I was thinking it wasn't pre-recorded.
You get for not having a clock next to you. Yeah, there you are. Exactly.
It's sometime. Sorry, go on.
Sometime in the future.
It's sometime in the future. Yes.
I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman. We're here to look at comics. Been doing Arrow comics for a long, long time, and done such books as Spank the Monkey, Tales from the Aniverse, Hero Bot Zero. Now we're doing writing the Shadow Kingdom, actually adapting the Shadow Kingdom from a great Robert E. Howard story, and we're taking those characters and spinning them off into their own series called The Atlantean, with artwork by the great Russ Leach, who is also here with us today. Go and check those out. Barnes & Noble, any place that orders the Ingram book ordering system, or criticalblast.com. We're on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and any place where good books are sold. So it's The Atlantean. And first issue is done and out and available on the stand. Second issue is in final production stages. And third issue is in the pre-production stages. So I'm writing the final script for it right now. So having taken too long to figure out what to do with it, I got it done and we'll get it out. So
it's fabuloso.
Look for it in March. Number 2, the campaign over at fundmycomic.com. It's going to be great. Oh, I got a little trailer for that too. I can run. Here we go. Watch this. It's great stuff. In the time before Atlantis sank, when the lands of this world were savage and untamed, one man would claim his destiny, seizing his place as a king. After defending his throne and learning the devastating truth of the Serpent Kingdom and its deadly cults, King Kull in his right hand ruled the Spear Slayer, make a solemn vow to hunt down and destroy the hidden empire of these serpent demons. These are the tales of those journeys. This is The Atlantean. Tales inspired by the brilliance of Robert E. Howard, featuring his first barbarian characters as introduced in the pages of his classic tale, The Shadow Kingdom. Each volume contains beautifully painted covers and around 50 pages of original black and white art and story, featuring classic sword and sorcery adventures you don't want to miss. Join us on these epic adventures and sign up now for news with the email list at russleach.com. Bring your axe and prepare for battle.
Yeah.
Bring your axe.
Bring your axe and
Bring your axe
for battle.
Not your battle axe, your regular axe. And prepare for battle.
It's hot. It's heated up in issue 2. There's a lot of battle in issue 2.
We'll keep that pace going for 3 too.
Yeah.
So let's see how that goes and introduce some great new characters. Also joining me this morning, Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name's Glenn Fleming. I'm a writer, artist, and publisher. And I've long ago discovered that that time is an illusion. That's why I never know what time it is, because I never go to sleep. I'm 70 years old and I've had 3 hours sleep in my life. Anyway, I write books. I've got 12 on Amazon. Science fiction, Kennedy assassination, which is going to be good with the apparent revelations that are heading this way. Loads of stuff, but relevant to this show is my book about Jack Kirby, which is, I went to see him twice at his home. It's full of photographs of me with him, and you can check that out on Amazon or New Haven Press. I also am the creator of Hatch, my cartoon character, and you can find him on from my comic. You can get a copy of this book. The annotated book tells you all about his history and his story. And I'm a publisher, and I publish magazines about comics, all stuff like this. And this one is the Comics Unlimited 100-page. This comes out every now and again. These two are you can still get copies from me or on eBay. But yeah, there's lots of good reading there, and that's what I do. Lots of different things.
Yeah, over here in the States, they could release whatever files they want to right now, and nobody would believe it, and everybody would blame Trump. So,
Yeah,
it would go.
it's about the size of it. Yeah,
Be crazy. Let alone, actually have it hit the news. That'd be a whole nother story. Especially if it was anything fantastic.
I just love the way that woman came on and said that there were 2 assassins, like it was new. I've known that since 1973.
Well, it's not what we've been told all of our lives.
And in fact, there weren't 2, there were 4.
Well,
And none of them were Lee Oswald.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I'm waiting for the revelation of Oswald being on the Epstein list.
I'm waiting for the AI film that somebody suddenly discovers of him in a window with a rifle.
They'll put him there. That's
There
for
you
sure.
go.
Yep. Also joining us this morning, Mr. Russ Leach. Russ, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name's Russ. Hold on, I'll turn that light down a bit.
We're comics by night, but you can see it's daytime out his window.
It is daytime. I do see some daytime sometimes. My name's Russ Leach. I am a comic book artist from the UK, currently comic booking, as you can see, which is why we're at this angle instead of my normal angle. And I'm mostly working on the Atlantean, so pick it up. If you want to find out more about it, go to my website, russleach.com, sign up for that email list. You can go message me on the social medias and bug me there, and if I don't like you, I'll block you. But other than that, if you want to talk about the Atlantean, if you want to talk about comics, if you want to be polite, I'll never block you. So come see me over on the social medias, but most importantly, sign up for that email list so that we can get the Atlantean out to as many people as possible. And if you're a comic book shop out there and you're interested, go get yourself an account with Ingram Spark and you'll get those discounts, and you can sell our book. That would be great.
There you go. Yeah. Today we're going to be looking at The Black Dragon. Chris Claremont, John Bolton. It's knights, it's dragons.
I've never
published by
I've
Marvel.
never seen this book, so it's going to be a treat for me.
No, I've never heard of it. No.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
never heard of
Okay.
it.
All right.
It's an education today.
Yeah, I've heard of the writer, the artist, and even the publisher, but I've never heard of the character or seen the book.
Well, it's collected by Titan, but it was originally published with Marvel. I think they did a graphic novel. It might have been serialized in Epic Illustrated, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
But there is a
Amazing.
large volume of it, so it's a pretty good volume.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's how you draw a horse, isn't it?
Yes.
Very Hal Foster looking.
Yeah,
to me,
yeah.
The artwork is
Really nice line to it. Yeah.
in feel and
Totally.
theme. Yeah, it's beautiful stuff. I hope you
Great.
can see all that line work in there.
We can see, yeah. I was just going to say, I'm glad it's not in colour, because
Yeah.
a lot of that cloud and that tree would probably be lost with colour, unless John had coloured it. If you understand what I mean,
Right.
instead of somebody just throwing it on. Oh, look at that! Wow. What's he saying there? AI ow.
Arg.
No, on the bottom of the previous page, he's saying AI ow.
Yeah. Yow.
That's great,
Hey.
isn't it? That's really
Yeah.
good. Oh, look at that! Look at that lance breaking. How good is that on that
Yeah.
last panel?
Mhm.
Wow.
Oh, this is lovely stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Look at
Wow.
that. Excellent.
Love that eye. Yeah.
Aye.
Aye. No AI here. This was it's copyright John Bolton and Chris Claremont, 2014.
Oh, right. So it's only 10 years old then.
But I
Wow.
think it was actually printed a little before that. I think the volume here was printed in 2014.
Oh, right. Okay. Gotcha. It's very nice, though.
Any other notations? Acknowledgement, Black Dragon. Printed in China.
Is it 1985? It says there. Halfway
Collection
down.
editor. Yeah.
May October 1985.
This volume collects material that was originally published in single issue form by Marvel Comics May through October 1985. 1985.
So it's 40 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't think they printed it in black and white when they did single issues. I don't think they did that.
It might have been if it was in Epic, because Epic did run black and white strips, didn't it?
Yeah.
But you're
Yeah.
probably right. It probably would be in colour. But having said how good the artwork is, you know what's missing? Backgrounds.
Mm.
There's no backgrounds anywhere.
Yeah, a
No
bit.
cloud.
Yeah.
They're definitely focused.
Focusing on the action.
Yeah. It's very good though.
It's got a low camera shot or a low camera angle on it too.
Yeah.
I like being low. There's kind of a medium shot there in close up. But yeah, a lot of this is shot worm's eye view.
Yeah. It's very nice.
Oh, it's beautiful stuff. I'm not sure if I got this from Ollie's. There's no Ollie's sticker on the back of it, or if I got it at a convention for $5 or $10. So it's one or
John
the
Bolton.
other.
Yeah, John Bolton is one of those artists for me who's more of an illustrator than a comic book artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
Yeah.
don't know what other work he does, but he's not prolific in comics, is he?
No.
He can draw. Wow, totally different now
There's
with
a
all the
little-
backgrounds and darkness and everything.
Oh yeah.
There's a little heavier. Yeah, nights at night. Yeah.
I like the way he's highlighted that chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof, he'll chop his head off. Oh no. Oh, he's cut the chain. I thought he was going to cut his head off. Wow.
No.
It's freeing him.
And folks, the chat is still open. We're just not reading from it today because this program was pre-recorded, as the bottom scroll points out. So just be nice in the chat, please. Don't get us banned. Look at that.
Yeah, that's lovely,
All
isn't
the
it?
line work here, just lovely stuff. Nice staircase here, a
Yeah.
lot different from the last staircase we looked at in those romance books.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it? that sort of stairway. What a stairway to heaven! It was a stairway to nowhere.
Looked like a flat ladder.
It was a
Yeah.
stairway to love.
Highway to hell. Anyway,
That top panel's superb with that castle. That's really, really nice.
isn't it? It's just beautiful, yeah. I love the negative space and the use of
Yeah,
the light.
and that black right in the middle of it, that shadow right in the middle of it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Even the framing of the woods there, like you're just coming out of the woods into the open field. It's just great.
That's lovely.
Shadow on that tree. That's not easy. Yeah. A little bit of shadow, a little bit of light coming through on the trunk here. It's great stuff. A little thin line grass work down here. And of course, I would get a call.
Of course.
So talk amongst yourselves. I have to take this. So
Okay.
It's a lot more detail now. Got into that. That staircase is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
He's filled in on that. Sorry, go on.
I like the grass above it as well when he's lying down.
Yeah.
It's sort of aerial shot. The grass, the foliage is really nice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Look at the negative space up there in that castle.
Yeah, we were just saying that. Yeah, it's fabulous, isn't it?
Wow. And some nice lighting as well. The shadows following the castle edge, and then the two beasts. It's great.
And look how bright it seems on the horse closer to, that'd have been a really nice full page, wouldn't it, or a double page spread?
Yeah, would have been. Yeah. Oh, we'll see.
Oh, we'll go through it again.
This is live, everyone. You can't see. No. There you go. Turn the page, Randy.
I was going to say, yes, you can see that. That's on the next
he's
page.
back. He's off.
Oh,
there we are.
Look at that.
We can stand down now.
It was the wife calling. I had to take it.
Yeah, of course. I understand.
If it was just a spammer, it'd be
That's
Ignore
great.
call.
Look at that. Wow.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Isn't it? Just fantastic.
Do we know who's done the lettering? Because that's particularly good, I thought.
I want to say Tom, but maybe not.
Tom Frame or somebody.
Illustrated. Original edition. Joe Duffy, Archie Goodwin. They're not lettering it though. Doesn't say. I'm looking. Pictorial.
Say, does it?
Nope, I am not seeing it at all. Maybe there'll be a credit farther in if this was in parts.
Look at that. That's fantastic. Look at the way that the water or whatever it is coming out of this moving.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Body right there.
Oh. I like the way as he's coming up, he's got his eyes closed on the bottom left page.
Yeah.
And then he opens his eyes. That's great. Ooh.
Look at that line work. Just beautiful.
Lovely.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, it's like Bernie Wrightson, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Lovely stuff, that. That's really nice. Nice drapes as well. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's quite a contrast to what he was doing right at the front, right at the start.
Yeah. I think you were right what you said, Russ, about that. He was concentrating on the action. And now he's concentrating on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is still far enough back for it to be hand done too. That lettering.
Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't digital. Beautifully done. Oh, line. Look at that. This is all lines back here.
Wow.
Great illustrative stuff.
Lighting on her face down that
Yeah.
Just amazing.
I wonder if there's any photographic reference in this.
I couldn't say. I have no idea how he worked.
Well, that would be a candidate there.
Yes. Fantastic.
Let me see what the wiki says here. Oh. Right, that is right. Apparently he stopped drawing so that he can be ambassador of the UN. No, I don't think it's the right person. Born May 13th, 1951, age 73. British comic book artist and illustrator, best known for his dense painted style, which often verges on photorealism. He was one of the first British artists to come to work in the American comics industry, a phenomenon which took root in the late 80s and has since become standard practice.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah.
If only that were the case. Because if that were the case, then there would have been a reasonable route to publication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there wasn't. There wasn't. There were plenty of people that worked on stuff for Marvel through Panini, who never ended up getting any kind of work from the main Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not the case.
In 81, Marvel editor Ralph Macchio noticed his work and called him to work for an adaptation of Call of Volusia for Marvel Preview.
Bloody hell.
Probably have that book somewhere around
Yeah.
here.
He would have done a great job as well.
After illustrating 2 Cull stories, Bolton began working on the historical fantasy character Murata, written by Claremont. This was published in Epic Illustrated in black and white and then colored as a Marvel graphic novel.
Ooh.
After another fantasy series, Black Dragon, the duo of Claremont and Bolton produced some short stories about X-Men's lives for X-Men Classic. This represented the first introduction of Bolton to the world of superheroes. In this period, Bolton worked on covers for Eclipse and Pacific Publishers and on the graphic novel Someplace Strange, written by Ann Nocenti. In 89, Bolton devoted himself to horror, his favorite genre, apart from the great number of covers for Dark Horse Comics and adaptations of horror movies. The main work of this period was his collaboration with Clive Barker, including the Hellraiser comic book version. In 90, Bolton worked on the first episode of the Books of Magic for DC, written by Neil Gaiman. The physical appearance of the protagonist, Timothy Hunter, is that of Bolton's eldest son. In other comics, he also portrayed his wife and sons. In 95, Bolton produced art for the Man-Bat miniseries, written by Jamie Delano. I missed that one. For DC Comics, Bolton said he accepted only because the story pivoted on a villain instead of Batman, who he considered too winning a character. Later, Bolton worked on, not anymore, but anyway, Bolton worked on another Batman book, Batman Joker Switch. That was the long decades before they cucked him really hard. Anyway, his latest works include User, written by Devin Grayson, Men's Insana, A Mad Trip by Christopher Fowler, and Gifts of the Night by Paul Chadwick. In 2003, author Gaiman directed a short film about John Bolton, where the painter, played by John Ohani, is interviewed by a reporter seeking to answer, where do your ideas come from? The artist is portrayed as very soft-spoken and reclusive, somewhat of a reluctant local celebrity in Crouch End, London. Right? Bolton himself plays a guest interviewed at a gallery showing. And that is the entire reference that they have on him. Let's see the last, if they have any other more recent work listed. 2011, worked on a book called Shame, and that's the last thing listed. It's illustrated cards and for collectible card games like Magic and Vampire: The Eternal Struggle. And that is a very short listing for Mr. Bolton, and there is no picture of him whatsoever.
So according to that, he's not done anything for 10 years, 12 years.
At least, yeah. He's probably either
Probably
retired,
retired. Yeah.
something spectacular. So, but I
Wow,
can't.
for that.
This is quick work here.
Yeah.
I don't think this is. I think he spent quite a while on these pages.
Look at that. It's lovely, isn't it? It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And that chainmail sort of head covering he's got is look very weighty as well, like it would be, especially on that last page, that last panel.
That's great. Look at that.
It's lovely, isn't it? Really
It
good.
is. Like the scaling work
Yeah.
in here. Beautiful ink work.
But the way that horse is moving, walking above,
Mhm.
yeah, and look at that. It's lovely, isn't it?
It is.
Just walking along. Fantastic.
Like they said, photorealistic.
Yeah.
From what they talk about with his family, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he used photos as photo references on all of this stuff.
Yeah. He didn't do any superheroes. Oh, he did Batman, didn't he? But he didn't do.
Yeah.
He didn't
He
do
Man-Bat. He did Man-Bat, which is
Right.
more of a monstrous bat
right.
character.
Yeah, he didn't. Doesn't sound like he was like, did any sort of mainstream
No.
Yeah.
superhero stuff.
Yeah, he's not like a superhero.
Well, no, the X-Men stuff he did for classic X-Men.
Right,
But
but it was
those-
just that.
That was like 8 or 10 pages, maybe tops a month
Right.
that they did. The Claremont went through and filled in a bunch of did a bunch of character building before and after reprinted issues in that
Right.
comic.
What's Claremont doing now? Is he still being paid not to do anything or something? I read.
Yes,
Is that right?
yes, he is. Yep.
They pay him not to do anything.
Yep.
Why
Good
don't they
work
pay-
if you can get it.
Yeah, why don't they just pay him to do stuff for them? I don't get it.
Well, they say he is out of touch with modern X-Men.
Yeah, it's because the people that run the place don't like him. It's
That
pretty
too.
simple.
So he's under a contract then, and they have to pay him till that contract finishes. Then I presume.
From the word that I have, and I'm not absolutely sure, so take this with a grain of salt. He not only gets a very nice yearly salary, but he also has all of his medical covered in the process.
Oh, wow, he's doing all right.
So he's-
then, isn't
They set him up for life to not go anywhere else.
But also not to work for them.
That's the whole.
Yeah.
He does a piece every maybe 4 or 5 years of something.
Hmm.
I think he wrote some non-current X-Men material. That's his latest thing.
Oh, right, because they did this sort of back to the 90s X-Men, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah,
To coincide with the animated series they were doing.
right.
he? Did he ever write Spider-Man or Daredevil or anything? Did he only do X-Men?
No, he had a huge repertoire before he got X-Men. Let me look him up here.
So he did Claremont work with John Byrne, didn't he? On
Oh
X-Men
yeah, yep.
for 70 issues or something. But a long time, wasn't it?
Well, Byrne was on it for a short period of time. Well, it seemed like a short period of time, couple years, I believe. And then he kept writing it for like a decade and a half afterwards or so.
Didn't they fall out over the Phoenix thing, or was that with somebody else?
That was the big part of it. Yeah.
They fell out.
Yeah.
The creative team fell out with each other, and then they went their separate ways.
Yeah. Well, Byrne went on to write a bunch of other stuff on his own after that.
Yeah.
So he did.
But was
Alpha
Byrne
Flight,
credited
also.
as the writer on that then?
No, he wasn't.
Then how can he fall out with the writer?
Well, they were taking it in a direction he didn't want to go in. That's why he did the Elsewhere material that we looked at.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know.
So so is it around mid-80s then when John Byrne left that X-Men Claremont thing and went to do revamp Superman? Is that what happened? The Man of Steel thing. That's when that happened.
Yeah, that was part of it. He bumped around. Byrne bumped around to a couple other series before that, Hulk and She-Hulk and a couple other things.
Yeah,
during his
novel, didn't he?
During his tenure at Marvel, Claremont co-created numerous X-Men characters: Rogue, Psylocke, Betty Braddock, Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat, Phoenix, and the Brood, Lockheed. There's a whole list. Shadow King, is it in there? Cannonball, Warpath, Mirage, on and on and on and on. Claremont wrote many classic stories, including the Dark Phoenix Saga, Days of Future Past, which he collaborated with John Byrne. That's what it says here. He developed the character of Wolverine into a fan favorite. He didn't create Wolverine, but he developed the personality and the majority of the origin of it. They seem to change Wolverine's origin every time the wind blew in a different direction.
Oh, yeah.
Claremont was born in London. His father was an internist. His mother was a pilot and caterer. Claremont is Jewish on his mother's side and lived in a kibbutz in Israel during his youth. His family moved to the U.S. when he was 3 years old, and he was raised primarily on Long Island.
When was he born? Was it 1948?
In 1950, November 25th, 1950.
Right, okay.
Early life, we don't need to know. Comics from 69 to 91. Big career. Daredevil 102. His first professional scripting assignment was Daredevil 102. As an entry into regular comics writing, Claremont was given the fledgling feature Iron Fist in Marvel Premiere as of issue 23. He was joined 2 issues later by John Byrne. The Claremont Byrne team continued to work together when the character received its own self-titled series in November of 75 that lasted 15 issues. Then merged into Power Man and Iron Fist, I'm sure. Multiple Man in Giant Size Fantastic Four #4. Marvel's editor-in-chief at the time, Len Wein, who recognized Claremont's enthusiasm for the new X-Men that Wayne and Dave Cockrum had created in 75, hired Claremont, a relatively young writer, to take over the series as of issue 94. Reasoning that doing so would not draw opposition from other writers, given the book's poor standing. So, X-Men wasn't a hit when it first started. Claremont approached the job as a method actor, developing the characters by examining their motives, desires, and individual personalities. His approach drew immediate positive reaction, according to former Marvel editor-in-chief Bob Harris. Let me turn this page here so that folks have something to look at.
Wow, come on.
He lived it, he breathed it, and he would write whole paragraphs about what people were wearing. He really got into these people's thoughts, hopes, and dreams. Claremont's take on the series has been likened to writing the great American novel about complex characters who just happen to fly. Incorporating surprise character developments and emotional nuances amid the operatic battles that otherwise typified American superhero comics. By his own admission, Claremont acquired a reputation for taking a long time to resolve plot threads, and longtime X-Men editor Louise Simonson recounted that whenever she was at a loss for story ideas, all I'd have to do is go through all the old plot threads that he had left for the last year or two. Claremont introduced new supporting characters. During his 17 years as X-Men writer, Claremont wrote or co-wrote classic X-Men stories. Received his own ongoing, The New Mutants, were introduced by Claremont and Bob McLeod in Marvel graphic novel number 4 and received their own ongoing series soon after. The second X-Men film was loosely based on his 82 X-Men novel, God Loves, Man Kills. Besides his X-Men work and its spin-offs, Claremont wrote Marvel Team-Up, Spider-Woman, and Ms. Marvel during this time. He and artist John Bolton created Murata the She-Wolf character in 81. Claremont's stories for Marvel Team-Up included the cast of NBC's Saturday Night Live, appearing in issue 74, and the introduction of Karma, a character he later joined with the New Mutants in issue 100. Claremont helped launch the Marvel Fanfare title in March of 82. Co-created numerous other important female characters, including Rogue. There's a list. Mystique, Lady Mastermind, Emma Frost, Pyro, Avalanche, Strong Guy, and other male characters. Launched the X-Men spin-offs. 90s saw Claremont diversify his comics work as he wrote for other publishers and wrote his own creator-owned properties. In December of 91, he sent artist Wilch Patachio a proposal to illustrate Claremont's project, The Huntsman, as a creator-owned project. When the then new comics publisher Image Comics was announced in 92, Claremont was named as one of its founders. However, the project was canceled when Patachio decided instead to do Wetworks. Claremont attempted to find other artists for the series, but all of those in whom he was interested were either drawing X-Men or had their own projects at Image, and thus he did not become one of Image's founders. In 92, he wrote the graphic novel. They didn't want writers anyway at that point to start with. They were all artists, the Image founders. 92, he wrote the graphic novel Star Trek Debt of Honor, which was illustrated by Adam Hughes. Stan Lee interviewed Claremont in episode 7 of the documentary series Comic Book Greats. 93, he began writing the 12-issue miniseries Aliens Predator, the Deadliest of the Species for Dark Horse, which was completed in 95. That year saw a decline in his comics output, however, as he turned his focus to writing novels, citing frustration with how the comics industry had become dominated by artists and editors. 94, he wrote issues number 10 through 13 of Jim Lee and Brandon Choi's Wildcat series for Image, which he finally introduced his creator-owned character Huntsman. 95, Claremont began writing the creator-owned series Sovereign 7, which was published by DC, running for 36 issues until 98. In 98, Claremont returned to Marvel as editorial director and the regular writer of the Fantastic Four, where he created Valeria Richards. The book was penciled by Salvador Larroca, inked by Art Thibert, for the entirety of the duration of the series. Claremont's run on FF would last for 29 issues and 2 annuals, making it his longest tenure on a title outside the X-Men. Despite outselling books such as Amazing Spider-Man and Batman, Claremont was fired by editor Bobby Chase in early 2000, a decision that he was angered by. Claremont also wrote The Fantastic Fourth Voyage of Sinbad in 2001 one-shot starring the FF on an adventure with Sinbad. The comic called Pascual Fairy. I don't know.
Sinbad. God. Okay.
On and on it goes. 2004 was a co-writer on JLA issues 94 to 99. The 10th Code story arc for DC, which reunited him with Uncanny X-Men artist John Byrne and Jerry Ordway as inker. 2007,
Oh, wow.
He returned to New Excalibur, writing a story arc for the character Nocturne has a stroke. He has completed his first arc on Exiles, adding Betty Broderick to the team. 2008, Claremont wrote the miniseries Gen Next, followed by the sequel Gen Next United.
Gen Nexter.
Genext. Yeah. He
Followed
was
up
writer
again.
on
Yeah, never
the
mind.
X.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to be there.
He was a writer on the X-Men Forever series, which was set in an alternate universe and focuses on the present-day lives of the X-Men in a reality where Magneto never returned following the destruction of his asteroid in X-Men 3. In 2010, Claremont collaborated with Italian comics artist Milo Manara on X-Women. She must not have gone very far. As of 2014, Claremont was under exclusive contract for Marvel. April of that year, Marvel launched a Nightcrawler series with Claremont as writer, which he finished in March of 2015. He reunited with his former New Mutants artist, Bill Sienkiewicz, for a one-shot New Mutants War Children in 2019. And that's as far as that goes. Other than
Now
that,
we all
it's
know.
just all talking about his work and his personal life and the batch of Eagle Awards and Comics Buyer's Guide fan awards he won. And that's it. Yep. There's nothing newer on the wiki. Wiki. Anyway,
Wiki.
here we go. Some more great line work here.
He does great textures. He's like Mobius. It makes it look different, textures of the leather and the clothes and the swords. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good.
Like you say, difference between illustrators and comic book artists.
Yeah.
You still have to get textures, but not in the same way. I mean, look at Alcala's work.
Yeah.
That's more akin to illustration.
Yeah.
John Buscema was the comic book artist
Yes.
because all he cared about was telling the story.
I'd love to see, love to watch Alcala embellishing John's pencils on that series.
God,
I don't think
yeah.
it exists, but I'd just love to see how fast he worked, because there's so much line in that,
Yeah.
that embellishment that he does. It's just incredible.
And he was incredibly prolific too. He did a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm.
But like I keep saying, it all comes down to confidence.
Yes.
If you're confident in what you're doing, you speed up. There's no doubt about it, because you start just laying down stuff without thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's, what I'm doing at the moment. It took me a couple of pages. I had to throw them in a bin before I got going, because I hadn't inked for 3 months while I was penciling.
Mm.
And no amount of warm-up drawings in the morning are going to do that for you. You have to get into the pages.
Yeah.
And then once I got settled, I now I can knock out 2 pages a day. So it's just about getting yourself in that mindset, being confident of all those, the strokes that you're laying down. But stuff like this is illustrative. Like, it's just, it's a different ball game, I think.
Yeah. And I tell you what I'm noticing as well is that, Claremont's known for being very wordy.
Mm.
And this is, but the drawing fits it beautifully.
Oh,
The
yeah.
the compositions and everything, it's just
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It really is good. And again, I'm glad it's in black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the little line shading back here, it's crazy. Yeah.
We said it before on other work where there's a lot of, like we said it on Watchmen, didn't we? Something as comic-y as that. We lost a lot of Dave Gibbons' line work and the cross-hatching and stuff because of the colour.
That's why we looked at it primarily in black and white.
Yeah. This is lovely. He also draws believable faces as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're quite real, aren't they?
Yeah.
But it is good.
The light work here.
Yeah.
Top the back.
And again, if you look at that panel at the back, the struts holding up the ceiling, all that kind of thing, very detailed and it works as well. It's like he knows about it, he knows how it would work.
great lighting here off of the fireplace. Texture here.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? I'm just looking at that. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And that lighting on that left hand, the guy, the handsome guy at the bottom left. That lighting on that face there, yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
The brickwork here. Just enough to show what it is. It's leaving some of it open. There you go.
Oh wow. Look at that.
The lighting on that. Damn.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. Me too.
Demons. Look at this left-hand page center panel on the left. The cross-hatching there. We're just looking out the window. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
All the different gray tones he's achieved with line work here.
Yeah. He's done
Yeah.
what I said this before about what Kirby used to do, but not like as detailed as that. But there is no black.
Mhm.
You know, there's light in everything, and that's really shows it. It's just wonderful. Demons. Wow. Great folds where she's lying down there, that center panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the way there's no line on that sword that the blacks break away from.
Yeah.
Because as people forget, there isn't really a line around anything. That bottom panel there where the girl's lying down reminds me of that Barry Windsor Smith X-Men where that girl, I don't know who it is, she's lying on that bed on that splash page. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
And considering they were both at the same school, maybe they discuss things. Wow. Very wordy again.
Yeah, they're writing and talking.
It is he. Yeah. It's Bernie Wrightson type of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Really
Exactly.
detailed, really
Same.
nice.
Yeah.
Lovely. Everything looks like it would work as well. Look at the bow on that guy there on the left-hand page in the center, and the way he's looking at the girl in the middle. It looks like it, and then down on the bottom, it looks like it would work.
Yeah.
Wow. Those trees look quite sinister, don't they? They look like they're going to grab them. You know, they look like they're alive. I mean, I know trees are alive, but like the branches are going to come down. It's really clever.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, look at that. Wow. That's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, the detail on the tree and the stump, and then how she's so faint. Wow.
It's glowing.
Yeah.
What it is. Yeah.
That's lovely, isn't it? from looking at this, it seems to me that that tree stump there is in his backyard, and he's spent some time looking at it, drawing it.
Yeah.
Wow, look at those buildings below. Wow, that's fantastic.
Yep.
Wow.
Wreckage. Ruins.
Yeah, somebody burnt them down. Wow. Oh dear. Look at the wood at the bottom panel there, on the first page.
Yeah.
Oh, on that foot.
The little foot.
Wow.
Little line work back here. It's just beautiful.
And the panel to the left, the panel below it with the girl. Look at how her costume is coming away from her chest, and that panel. See that there, that black on there to make it stand out.
Yeah.
Well, that panel above is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, here, yeah,
yeah, that
With the
one,
light
yeah,
coming
one
through,
and
yeah,
the other
it's
one.
beautiful.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And the way the light is breaking through the trees as well and casting those shadows from the wall, the rock, or whatever it is. Wow.
Somebody reverse crucified there.
Yeah, not good, is it? Can't be good the other way around.
No.
See, that looks very Wrightson, doesn't it? That one,
Yeah,
the upside down crucifixion there.
It does. With all that line work. Yep. It's here, back here is all just lines as well.
I wonder if he's using a pen on that.
I would wager he is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
It's got a consistency. So does this.
yeah.
It's got a line weight consistency that seems to be a pen. Some of that, though, like the wood grain, and that's probably brush. I'd be interested to know what size he was working on. If he was working on regular comic book size or if he was working bigger.
Yeah,
Wouldn't surprise me if he was working up a bit just because of the
Yeah.
line weights here.
yeah. It might
Yeah.
have been twice up even.
Yeah.
Certainly spending a lot of time on it.
Oh,
Wow. Are they pulling him through the ground? They're pulling him through, aren't they? Into the underworld type of thing.
yeah, it looks like it. Pulling him down.
Wow. Wow.
This can't be happening. Impossible. Yeah. Huh. Power. What beams? Oh, there we go.
Oh, look at this. Here we go. Bernie Wrightson. My
Wow.
God, look at that. It's a bit scary, isn't it?
Really reminds me a lot of the line work that Vince Locke did on Dead World. Especially here. If this was just a little bit looser, you'd swear it was Vince's stuff.
Mm. And it makes it work with the black framing of it as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
I'd like to see the pencils again on this. I bet most of this is done in the inking.
I would almost guarantee that at this point he was
It's
doing
like
all of that.
it's like Russ and I have said in the past when we're doing our work, it's great to be the inker because you don't have to draw everything because you know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
You don't have to hope the other guy gets it. You know, producing full artwork to me is great. This is why I color everything and do the whole thing. It's not that I don't trust anybody. It's just that I don't trust anybody. That isn't to say that if Joe Sinnott would have rung me up, I wouldn't have given him everything I had.
It depends who you trust, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I trust Joe Sinner.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah. Just looking on eBay to see if I could find any John Bolton artwork, and there is nothing from Black Dragon on there. Some of his paintings he did for Magic. Yeah, probably.
It might even be in the John Bolton archive. You don't know, do you?
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me if he kept a lot of this, if not all of it. There is a copy of Warrior #1. That's an 8.5 slab. They're asking $530 for. Holy crap.
I think I've got that.
Asking and getting are two different things, huh?
Exactly. I've got to get in my loft and sort a few things out.
Yeah. Yep, that is nothing. I wanted to see if anybody had a size reference on that, just to see if he had drawn it 2 up, and it's just not there.
See, what I want to do is get rid of my archive and buy a few plane tickets with it. Trouble is, nobody wants it, so I might let it all go for 20 quid. It's probably about what it's worth.
You have a bunch of comics here in the basement that are probably pretty close to worthless. Still good reading, though.
Yeah. Good. Well, that's the point of it, isn't it? We've said that lots of times, haven't we? That's the point of it. Look at that. It's amazing.
It is.
I just love the way it goes into the solid black.
Yeah. Is he floating? No. Floating or staying?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's somehow got out. How's he?
Yeah.
How's he got out?
He must be able to float in the underworld, huh? That his sword.
That's his arm in the real. His sword in the real world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Under the grass, and they're pulling him down, I presume, and then they pull him some more, so he's in the under, and then all of a sudden he's floating in front of the dragon guy.
He's got his sword though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the dragon guy the devil?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Seems to be talking to him. Yeah.
Ooh. Wow.
It's crazy stuff.
That second page of this middle panel looks like a bit like John DeFool when he's trying to escape the Incal.
Yeah.
Nice lighting on that, the back of that guy at top right on the second page.
Yeah.
The one over, that one, the lighting on the back of him. It's fantastic. Yeah. Lovely.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah.
That back shadow. Yeah.
And that face at the bottom, look at the bottom panel, the face.
Yeah.
The contrast there, the darkened face and the light face.
Gorgeous, yeah.
And
Like
again,
it's like in negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, no line on the sword.
Mm-mm.
Just work back with the cross hatching.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I always thought John Bolton was good, but he's really gone up in my estimation. This is fantastic work. Oh, she's got him, pulling him up. Light. Ooh. Have either of you read a Chris Claremont novel?
No, just a lot of his comics.
Right.
I did have his. He did a novel about a female fighter pilot that I was never able to get through.
Right. Was it like Stephen King? Was it too wordy and?
It was just dry.
Yeah.
Really dry. Had a real rough time getting through it. Just gave up after a while. Still might have it now that I think about it. Probably do.
I did that with. I think it was I've read a couple of Stephen King's books, and he suddenly grabs you when you're about 80 pages and you can't put it down. But I would think it was the Tommy Knockers, and I couldn't. Some guy has a bit of a bump in his car, and it takes about 6 pages to describe him getting out of the car and going over to the other one. And I thought, I haven't got time for this. 6 pages to go 3 feet.
I got about halfway through Salem's Lot and couldn't finish it, but I listened to the audio recording of The Stand and loved it. Thought it was really good.
That David Soul Salem's Lot was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Especially really for it being a TV production, you know?
Yeah, really scary. Yeah. That Danny Glick at the window, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Really scary. It's fantastic. It's like a firing squad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Robin Hood. Oh dear. We just ruined it having Robin Hood in it. Oh no. That's not a good idea, is it? Robin Hood. No. He's just blown it.
Contrast again. It's like it's really light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except in certain places. Like when it's standing in shadow, this guy's got black hair. Here, that's really nice. Little light, little shadow there. Yeah, but very stark when they're outside.
Mm.
Wow, she caught the arrow.
Yeah, that's a fairy. It took me a second to figure it out because it's so light. It's just beautiful. The fairy's wings here, and her body.
Yeah. And he's too busy snogging. He don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
See, the girls always get us in the end, don't they?
It's without him, we are dust. Again, just beautiful line work here. Very delicate. And this is all lines here as well. I like that. It's a really nice panel, but it's hard to see. I love that bridge.
Mm.
Card on it. Yeah.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I like the way he's not done the bottom of the panel line at the last panel. There's no line there, is it? It's just open as they're going along.
Yeah. Yep. It's nice. Stops. It's actually the grass.
Yeah.
It's the border here. Yeah. Along the bottom. It's a fun touch.
Is that carriage and the very first Uber?
Yeah. That's another long castle.
Wow, look at that. Look at those houses right in the bottom left-hand corner. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's amazing.
Nice touch.
Yeah, and the lovely, to the right of it, the lovely shadows the trees are casting with the light breaking through all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, that. Wow.
Beautifully done.
It's lovely. Yeah, I think there's a lot of photo reference in this, you know.
Yeah.
He's just getting it right.
Yep.
That too. Yeah.
The trick is with photo reference is that your art must be able to match the photo reference when you're not using photo reference.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it shows. I mean, it's
Right.
like it's blatant. I mean, this guy's obviously good enough to do both, but you know, you can see it where people just they've traced something, and so that one panel looks great, and then everything else next to it looks really stiff and awkward and awful.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to know when to use it, when not to, and have the chops to be able to pull it off.
Yeah. Yeah. Lovely folds on that girl's dress thing there.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Straight out of Prince Valiant right there.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
a lot more fine line work done.
Mm.
We're definitely going to have to look at some Prince Valiant here pretty soon. Nice
I love
stuff.
the way. Yeah, I love the way in the shadow there he's not done a total black again. He's done the breaking light.
Here.
Yeah.
And the fire breaking the panel border here. Negative
Oh.
space.
Yeah.
Really nice. And you like that? Good, well enough.
Look at
design.
that. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's lovely, isn't it? Those steps as well.
Yeah. Love them.
God knows what they would have looked like if that other guy from we looked at the other day would have drawn. Good job Coletta wasn't around that wall.
Oh,
It'd just be a black wall.
yeah.
Mm.
Would have been.
It's evening time in the Coletta household. Time for some deep shadow.
Yeah, it's evening time, 9:05 in the morning.
Look at how cinematic this panel
Yeah.
looks though. They're kissing and the whole background on it's just great. at here. We're not even halfway yet.
I love the way there's no line on that tower just before you turn, and the tower up at the top. There's no line.
They're
Sun.
opening there.
Yeah, the sun is
Tower
bleaching
goes
it
up.
out. It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And the little, just tiny line work here.
Yeah.
Very thin.
And again, at the top panel there, the parapet is very thin.
Yeah.
Lovely. Mhm.
This looks like it's straight out of the silent film era.
Yeah,
That's it, yeah.
Greta Garbo.
Yeah.
Great parry, that, isn't it? That sword.
Not afraid to
Very
draw
nice.
difficult things. He's got her arm and hand sitting right there on the window ledge. That is not easy to do and have it look right.
Wow. Great wet hair she's got.
Yeah. Great bad.
Yeah, especially that last panel.
Yeah. See, it's partially wet.
Yeah. That's great. Great
This must
texture.
have-
Sorry, go on.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm going to say great
was gonna-
textures on those guys fighting.
Yeah. I was going to say this must have been done in black and white.
Mm.
Might have been printed as a magazine size even. I'm going to have to go back and look.
What's that on her hand? Is it a rosary or something at the top? And then before what's she doing there?
Yep. Looks like
Is
a
it a rose?
rosary.
Right. So what's she dropping? A ring or something?
Something. He follows the path of the one God, of course. In this wild country, not everyone does. He's dropping something like a trinket or something back there. Nice angle shot here.
Yeah.
He's up. He's not looking at it straight on. He's up and looking down just enough.
I like the way I noticed this
Good
when
choice.
she was in the bath. He doesn't cover her up all the time, but he's not exploiting anything.
Yeah.
On the previous page, she's got her arm strategically placed for you can see why. But on the panel before, she doesn't, and it's sort of quite natural. If you look at it, and there she's exposing herself in the bath.
Mhm.
But on the next panel, she's covering herself up with her arm.
Mm.
It's well done. It's not exploitative, or it's natural. And on the next page, she's at the bottom there. She's uncovered on the chair, partly. Nothing to get any tiz about, but I'm sure somebody will. Or did.
I don't know. Back then, they did a lot of that, especially in the black and white books. A lot of the black and white magazines are like that. When they went through and reprinted them in essentials, like the black and white Tomb of Dracula or Dracula Lives material, they went through and covered them all up.
Did they?
Yeah.
Mm.
God. What's wrong with people? Funny, you can show somebody's head being cut off, but you can't show that.
Oh, you can show somebody getting eviscerated through the,
Yeah, but no nipples.
vertical through the body, but no nipple. Yeah, no areolas. That's not right. It's a nice pentagram.
Mm. Great stairs, though. Look at that, walking up those stairs. Look.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Wow.
Some of that in Atlantean 3 coming up.
Gotta love some stairs.
Gonna love some stairs.
You know why those stairs are so narrow?
Go on.
In those castles. This is true. They
Right.
It was when the guys were on the top. If the people were, most people are right-handed, aren't they? So if the enemy were coming up, if you imagine going up that and somebody coming down at you, they've got a better swing at you.
Ah,
That's why they're so narrow.
Yeah.
so they're
Right.
biased to the right-handed swing from above.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
That's why most
'Cause I
castle stairs wound the way that they did, was in order to keep the wall to the right,
Yes.
to keep that from happening. Yeah.
Yeah. It also takes up a small amount of space to do a spiral staircase as well. But yeah, that was because I used to think, people were sort of smaller in those days. I used to think that was the reason, but it's not. It was a strategic design for that, So when the way, like I say, if the guys broke in and they were coming upstairs, the people coming down would have a better swing than they did.
All that thought.
Yeah, they've got it all worked out, haven't they?
All that thought for killing people.
Yeah.
Well, after you're involved in a couple of sword fights, you kind of get that idea.
Yeah, I suppose so.
They should keep the
Fair
wall to the other side there. Yeah. That is all line work here.
Wow. That's real Doctor Strange stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Zap.
is.
That's great.
Aye.
That's amazing. Now, see that tower with the window at the bottom there? The tower. I think that guy on Arzak should be flying out of there.
Yeah.
he's always hanging around castles type things, isn't he?
Mhm.
Look at that. That's brilliant.
It's lovely.
That whole page is amazing. It's a lesson
Fairies.
right there. Yeah.
Fairies. Oh, fairies.
I like the ink work around that spell. It's really well done. Everything
Yeah.
on that page is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Big
That's
blast.
a page you'd
Yeah.
want as opposed to the page over, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the page over is real nice too, though.
Yeah. But if you could choose.
Really like the feel here.
Yeah.
She's hidden enough behind the guy's thumb.
Yeah.
Natural booby sagging right there. It's good.
For a second, when I first saw that, I wondered what was going on, but then I realized it was his thumb.
Yeah.
She was a big girl.
She's got his hand on his knuckles. Yeah. His thumb joint up there.
You can
Really
tell
nice.
with the tower window that he's looked at reference for that, and which there's nothing wrong with. That's how sort of dedicated he is. But it's really great, that brickwork, isn't it? And that ledge, the windowsill, on that particular panel.
I'm still in awe of the panel before that.
Yeah,
Just
it's fabulous, isn't it? Again, no hard line for the image.
Yeah.
That top left panel is just
It's fabulous.
The guy with his hand, this
no
what
top
you're talking
left.
up here. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I love that. The contrast.
Just incredible.
It is. You don't see line work like that in comics anymore. At least I haven't recently.
In all fairness, it takes a long time.
Yeah, it does.
And even if, Mr. Bolton got to a point where he was proficient and so very quick at it, even now, I don't think you'd earn enough money out of it. That's the trouble.
Yep.
When I'm waiting until I retire. That's when that's when I do my, was it your opus? I remember
Your
the full
magnum
term.
opus.
Magnum opus. That's it. That's when I'll do something where I either paint or I just go full in sort of, detail, because I'll have the time, because I'll be getting paid by the pension.
Yeah.
I don't have to, as much as I can kind of choose a lot of things I do at the moment, I still have to bring some money in, and so that means that there's a time aspect to what you do. You got to get them out. You can't just say, I'll do one a year. You got to have like 3 or 4 projects a year in order to bring some funds in to keep them going.
Yeah.
So you can't afford to do that kind of work. And bearing in mind, there's so many of us out there in the indie sphere who, will be bound by all kinds of financial restrictions. I think that's part of it. I mean, there are some guys out there that are doing some phenomenal work for the mainstream. Just a few. There's one English guy. Oh God, can't remember his name. Who's done an awful lot for DC. He did a really nice, some really nice work on the Swamp Thing recently.
Tom Yates.
No, I can't remember his name. I'm just crap with names, but they're out. They are out there. But obviously, whatever he got must have been a worthwhile amount of money. I don't know. The page rates are just going down and down and down, aren't they? So
yeah,
it's difficult.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, the lighting on that top left there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Look at that. Again, with there's not a lot of hard line on the face.
No.
just the lighting.
Fabulous. Yeah.
That real heavy up here, and then much lighter where the light source is. Just fantastic.
I know.
Well thought out. Yeah.
He looks like a friendly little chap, doesn't he?
Is that the fairy that he captured, turned to demonic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they really look like. It's like it's like those things they let out of the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Look at that face.
This is great here.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
See the light coming in. Shadows working on one side. And those 3 panels are just amazing too.
Again, the texture on his tunic there, those 3 panels.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah. It's like a Orion out of the New Gods at the top there.
Yeah.
That kind of blonde fringe thing going on. Do you reckon that guy with the beard is his dad, John Bolton's dad,
Could be.
or his granddad or something, or his, his uncle?
He sure is capturing the same face panel after panel. So
Yeah.
if he's not using photo reference, he's amazing. Even
Yeah.
if he is using photo reference, he's still amazing. This has got a little Lloyd Bridges look to me.
Yeah. Yeah, really is good stuff. Ooh, his hand.
Turn it off.
That's one of the things I like about this work is the way that it's not too how can I put it? It doesn't seem to be designing the pages like some people do, rather than telling the story. The panel structure is to tell the story, not to, and when we go wow, it's what is drawn in the panel, not because of the design of the page.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he stabbed her. Oh, there. Brian, who's called Brian in those days. What's happening, Brian? It's like, Alan.
Yeah.
He should be called Eldrod or something, shouldn't he? Not Brian.
Brian.
It's about
What is
the
your
time of life.
name?
Yeah.
What is your name, Jew? Brian, sir. Brian? No, Brian.
Brian. Willis Brian. No,
Brian.
Willis Wadwick. Roger. Willis Roger. Have we
And he
got
says,
one?
shall I throw him to the ground, sir? He goes, what? Shall I throw him to the ground? Yes. He throws him to the ground. It's brilliant. Jamie and Brian. Hmm. I like his hat. Yeah. It's great.
Nice face.
He's getting a chick stone thick outer line now, isn't he?
Yeah. I was just thinking that he got a little thick here. That might be because of his mane. Because of that horse mane here.
Yeah.
Might have been why he did that. That's a great panel.
Yeah.
Get that perspective here on the strap. Oh, that's
Nice.
great too.
A nice horse. Yeah, the horse. Yeah, the way the horse is looking at you there. It's really good.
Yeah, it is.
I'll tell you something he's not doing, unless I'm missing it. You know the shields guys are using now in the joust. They used to have the most intricate designs on those things. And
Yeah.
He's left it blank. He's thought, oh, no, I've got to have this in by Thursday. I can't be bothered with that. Because he would have to reproduce it as well, wouldn't he?
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's probably thought, no, I'll just have it.
No.
If we do it in colour, one side's yellow and one side's green, and that's it.
Yeah. Sod
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Still very nice though.
More great line work here.
That jousting caper was a mad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They must have been absolutely crazy. If they both survived the initial clash, did they have to go around again? Was it to the death?
They had a fight on the floor, didn't they?
Yeah, they
Oh,
got
right.
knocked off their horses. Yeah.
Oh my god! So it was a fight to the death then.
No, I think there weren't all like that. I mean, it was a form of dueling, but it was also used as entertainment.
So
So one would yield.
yeah. So
Or-
somebody,
yeah.
Once he
Somebody
was
did-
knocked off the horse. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, there's straight being knocked off the horse, and then there's being knocked off the horse and having a fight afterwards as well.
Yeah.
And even so, if you were fighting afterwards, if you were sort of disarmed, the guy would just hold the blade
It would
to
be
you,
you just
rope,
yield, and that
and
would
then you
that'd
just
be
say,
it. Yeah.
Once
Unless
you
you
were
go
jammed
for
with
it.
a lance and knocked off your horse, you're not going to be in much of a mood to get up and fight anyway.
No,
would you?
you'd probably not. No.
That'd
Crazy,
be
isn't
enough to knock the wind out of you at the least.
It's like, oh, have I got to do this again?
The horses are thinking, "What the hell are we doing here?"
Yeah.
They're fighting.
Lay down your sword. Oh, I told you. Look at that pose at that bottom left-hand panel there, where he's ducking.
Yeah.
Look at that. He does lovely, lovely textures on the armor, that chainmail. Beautiful stuff.
Little sword chunks out of his
Yeah.
shield there. Nice touch. Beautiful.
Oh, he's killed him. Whack. Ooh. Oh dear.
More great line work here. Contrast. Fantastic. We are about halfway through this book.
Yeah. Do you want to leave it there? It's 22.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was going to say, I think I'd like to. Oh, there's so much stuff coming up.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
Yeah.
Shall we do the next few pages? We're at the 32 mark. 132.
if you
We could-
if you want to do that, yeah, get a couple pages in, yeah.
Yeah, take it to the break. So I would like to save some of this so that we're talking to the chat because it's
Yeah.
so crazy good.
Look at that. Look at the drinking at the bottom on the bottom panel. Look at the lighting of the drinking of that cup. There, yeah. The third panel, well, all of it, but the third panel, especially with the girl. So delicate, the line on her chin. Wow.
Wherever you lead, wench, I'll follow. It says.
Go on then.
I think that stripper really likes me. Yeah.
That top panel where she's obviously still got some wine in her mouth, hasn't she? The way her lips are and everything.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I was going to say she's got a mouthful, but I won't.
Is drink all you can do, Sir James? Dance with me. Or has your wound left you too weak? He just thinks for a second, looks at them legs and goes, wherever you lead, wench, I'll follow. Words. Saram. Move thyself and thy metal with deeds. Oh, prove thyself and thy metal with deeds. And apparently the onlookers, voyeurs, are enjoying the show here.
I love the way
Mm.
I love the way he's got the light in the center of the panel. If you look at the top left panel, the way there's like a big fire or
Yeah.
a big light
Yeah,
shining on the drapes on the tables. And then when
Yep.
she's jumping off on that panel there, you can set the same source again.
stays
Really?
well aware of where the lighting is. Yeah,
Yeah,
incredible.
it really is good.
There's probably a fire there he hasn't shown yet. Right here, they're dancing.
Ooh. That's quite Steranko, that last panel.
Yeah,
Wow.
cast over the edge.
Oh dear. It's a way to go.
Mhm.
isn't it?
Mm.
Again, just wavy.
Yeah.
Almost, he intentionally causes this moire pattern here.
Yeah.
Going thick, thin, thick, thin. It's fantastic.
It looks
And
grey, doesn't it?
cross hatching here. Yeah.
It's great.
Oof.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at those veins in that. Yeah.
Look at that shit.
Oh, no, they killed her.
It's a demon.
And the shadows of his legs and the background. Wow.
Their power, I claim this realm. Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Shadow.
It's fabulous.
Here again. They're being besieged. Blessed goddess, demons.
He makes great decisions with his lighting, doesn't he? You can see that he's thought this out and got that central light to make the shadows big, like on that page, and make it so dramatic.
Especially that, yeah. And how it lights up the inside of the hand here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the shadow work there and just plays off of the bigger shadow behind him.
That's great.
Very, very cinematic.
Ooh, look at that. Suddenly turn into pinups.
Yeah. I do think that is a break in the story.
Yeah.
This was a three issue story at one point.
Wow.
So we've either looked at one or two of them.
So the head of a Doberman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look at the chain mail again. Look how good that is.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. Great
Wing
textures.
work here. All little lines. It's phenomenal. That's where we should start next week.
Yes. Yep.
It's right here.
Yep.
Let's do that. So we'll mark it. Right there. Folks, we've been looking at the Black Dragon, Chris Claremont, John Bolton. We'll look at the rest of the book next week. Happily look at the rest of this book next week. Great,
Yeah,
great stuff.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that John's painted this cover then, because he does do paint, doesn't he? So
I would imagine he did.
amazing. And that fire looks like it's really an inferno, doesn't it, on the top of the castle there?
Yeah. Amazing, great stuff, folks. This is a hardback book that was printed by Titan, collected by Titan Comics. I think that was the cover for one of the issues there.
Yeah.
Blood, Fire, and Magic. They're just getting into the good parts now. We'll see more next week. We'll work the rest of that book out The Black Dragon, folks. Chris Claremont, John Bolton.
Wonderful.
Fantastic stuff. This Sunday, and on Sunday Funnies at 9 a.m., we are going to be looking at some issues of Crime Does Not Pay. A true crime comic that really upset a lot of people when it was first out. It sold in the millions of copies and ticked off millions of moms and was part of the inspiration for the Comic Code Authority. Very few people look at that stuff nowadays, and it's just incredibly well done work. And we'll show you some of that up close here in on Sunday Funnies. So we hope you can come back and join us, and then be with us again next Friday when we finish off the Black Dragon. So we're really glad that you were a part of this. Glad you were able to be here. We know the majority of our viewers, well, especially today, because it's a pre-recorded show, are looking at us after we've already looked at this stuff, and we deeply appreciate that. Please hit the like button, whatever platform that you're watching us on. Interact with that. Hit a like button, even a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you have to. Any kind of interaction you have just goes to help the algorithms and helps us be seen by more folks. And we don't do this for money, though we would like to have a lot more eyes watching us as we go through this material. And we love it when we're live so that we talk to the chat. The chats have been really good these last few weeks. And we're sorry we can't have you there today. But today I am attending the Great Lakes Comic Con down at the Macomb Community College. And hope you can join me there if you're in the area, if you're in the Detroit area. It's a 3-day show, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Please swing by and tell me that you saw this program. I'll give you a free Arrow comic. So just for stopping in and saying something, be nice to see you there. Russ, can you tell folks how they can find you?
Yeah. You can find me at russleach.com. Sign up for the email list there so you can find out exactly when and where the Atlantean will be dropping from a great height, I presume. Yeah, check it out. russleach.com. Sign up for the email list.
There you go. russleach.com, folks. Glenn, tell folks how they can find you.
All over the place. You can find me on Amazon. All my stuff's on there. You can find me on Google, I guess. You can find me on these programs on Friday and Sunday with these two maniacs that I hang around with. And just put my name in Google and something will come up, and you can buy all my stuff. It's all on Amazon. 12 books, science fiction, all kinds of stuff, and magazines and stuff like that. But I'm generally around on Facebook and whatever, usual places.
Right. Yeah. If you want to talk to me directly, you can always catch me on Facebook. I am on X, but very occasionally, not very often, but very occasionally. Trying to be on there a little bit more often, but time doesn't allow. Folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman, Arrow Comics. Go look those up. We've been printing since early 80s, off and on. And there's all sorts of great material, some of which I've done or been a part of in one form or another. And would love to have you read copies of the Atlantean here that are available all over, as well as my and Russ's adaptation of the Shadow Kingdom we're especially proud of. And be on the lookout in March for the Atlantean #2. So gonna have a lot of fun. It's a good time. Deeply appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for your patience and the fact that we were pre-recorded this morning. Sunday's program will also be pre-recorded, but don't let that stop you from watching it live. The chat will still be open. Hope that you're nice. Mind your manners. It probably will be watched over by somebody. So don't push it. Don't push it, young man.
Don't push it.
Don't push it. We do this because we love it. We're inspired by it. As you can tell, we are in awe of this book. Just incredibly good quality all around. Beautiful drawings, fantastic inkings. Just a lesson, in my opinion, on inking style and structure. So we hope you enjoyed it as well. And the second half will be next week. So if you have any suggestions of work that you would like us to look over, please feel free to drop us a line. Let us know. Give us a suggestion. So we'll take anything under consideration. So, and there's a lot more stuff to come. We've been doing this for a couple of years now, and we're archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel, and the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel that has all of our shows there for your viewing and listening pleasure. We do crazy conversations like this twice a week and look through just incredibly great material. So most of the time, every once in a while we'll miss.
Yeah,
but,
every once in a while we'll have a bummer, but most of the time,
it's
good.
Great stuff. There is so much great sequential artwork out there, folks. Great comics. We're never going to cover it all. Never. And if you have comics that you love, comics that you've enjoyed in your past, and you get this bad taste in your mouth of the modern stuff, of especially the corporate comics aren't quite doing it for you, dig up that old material and take a look at it. Remind yourself of why you're in this, why you love this art form, because there's plenty of stuff out there I'm sure you've probably forgotten. So just yesterday, I went through a early Essentials volume of the Defenders. Just phenomenal stuff. Unbelievable. Sal Buscema artwork. And there are different times in your life where you see and appreciate work differently as you get older. And a lot of that stuff that you remember, you might even be more fond of if you go back and take another look at it. So dig through your own long boxes and find some of that great stuff. Go ahead.
I want to go through that on there. Fat Man the Human Flying Saucer. That's got to be one of the greatest titles of a comic ever in 150 years. Fat Man the Human Flying Saucer.
Oh yeah, Fat Man. I was thinking
Didn't
Herbie.
we do that? Didn't we do Fat Man?
I've got him.
I thought we did it.
I think we looked at it when we covered Oddball Heroes, but that was a couple years ago.
Right.
Yeah. But we've done so much I've forgotten, but it's just brilliant.
I've got an archive of Herbie too.
Right.
That I don't think that we've looked through. The little guy who looks like Alfred Hitchcock. It reminds me of Alfred Hitchcock. He's got horn rimmed glasses and he gets superpowers from lollipops.
Okay.
So, fantastic.
I was going to say you couldn't make it up, but people do.
No, you can't.
Somebody did.
They did back when there was a sense of humor, just like that Not Brand Eck book back there with Forbush Man with a pan on his head. Great stuff, folks. Fantastic Marie Severin artwork in there.
I'm going to say
a little bit of Kirby, a little bit of John Severin mixed in.
What a cartoonist she was.
I've got to get a set of those. I think I've got a few of those copies. I was thinking at least a month's worth of shows on Friday or Sunday to go through a bunch of the old Oddball independent comics and just show them off.
I've got
I got to go through my long boxes too. So.
Not Brand Deck #1, the actual one I bought in 1967.
There you go.
Still in nice shape. Still a great book. Kirby again. Kirby kicks it off with the silver burper and all that sort of stuff.
Silver burper. Just great stuff, folks.
It's brilliant. So,
folks,
fun.
we'll see you next week. We'll see you on Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern time with Crime Does Not Pay. We're going to be trying a little something different for that episode. We hope it works out. Hope you enjoy it. And we'll see you then, hopefully, or we'll see you on the next one. Go visit your local retailer. They could really use your help. Even if you don't like the modern comics, go through their back issues and take a look at the gems that they have that have been sitting there probably for years, waiting for you to discover. So you won't regret it.
When you find that Superman #1, don't tell him. Just mix it in with a few others and just be casual about it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a
Be cash.
Yeah, don't say, "Oh, you've got Superman #1 here." What?
I was going to say, I was watching an Antiques Roadshow and somebody bought what was it, painting? Something like that for like $25 in a rummage sale and turned out to be worth like $3,000, $4,000, $100,000.
Oh,
just crazy stuff. Well, no, it was an end table. So what it was a little half table and they had the twins looking at it and you'd just dismiss it as like a $25 buy at a rummage sale. And they opened up the top and they saw the special sticker maker's label on the inside and it went up for auction for $400,000.
I saw one last night as a guy who used to work in the film industry, and he had Darth Vader's mask from the original film. And they needed to, because he obviously would be backwards and forwards to the studios. And that right at the end, they said, "Oh, well, we need you to respray this. We'll send you the top bit later." And they never sent him the top bit, but they never asked for the other bit back.
Oh,
And they reckon it was worth sort of hundreds, literally a couple of $100,000 or £100,000.
used
there was-
in the film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Away from comics, you've heard of Maradona. You obviously, Russ, but the footballer. You've heard of him, Randy Maradona,
Okay.
Diego Maradona. He back in 1986. I don't know whether you know about this, but the famous Hand of God incident game where he handled the ball and it was given. Anyway, after the game, he swapped his shirt with an England player called Steve Hodge, and Steve's Hodge only just in this past couple of years, I think it went for £3.5 million.
Oh my God!
Man, yeah. Love stories like that.
You know,
And
I always,
got paid for being an England player.
Yeah.
well, I always laugh because that means that Diego Maradona had a Steve Hodge shirt, and nobody wants that.
Folks, we have to run. We'll
Okay.
see you on the next one. Thanks again for watching. Tell your friends.
See you next
If
time.
you enjoy this program, stop back by, look at our archives, and we will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Let me
Ciao,
scroll
Britannia.
up to where I need to scroll here. We don't have much time left. We'll see you.
Joke's on you, bitch. I love this shit.
Bye, Jack.
We really shook the pillars of heaven, didn't we, Wayne?
No horseshit, Jack.
No horseshit.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with the...
Ship my pants? Right here? Ship my pants, you're kidding.
You can ship your pants right here.
You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow, I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
I just shipped my pants, and it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
I just shipped my drawers.
I just shipped my nightie.
I just shipped my bed.
If you can't find what you're looking for in store, we'll find it at Kmart.com right now and ship it to you for free.
In the time before Atlantis sank, when the lands of this world were savage and untamed, one man would claim his destiny, seizing his place as a king. After defending his throne and learning the devastating truth of the Serpent Kingdom and its deadly cults, King Kull and his right hand ruled the Spear Slayer, make a solemn vow to hunt down and destroy the hidden empire of these serpent demons. These are the tales of those journeys. This is the Atlantean. Tales inspired by the brilliance of Robert E. Howard, featuring his first barbarian characters as introduced in the pages of his classic tale, The Shadow Kingdom. Each volume contains beautifully painted covers and around 50 pages of original black and white art and story, featuring classic sword and sorcery adventures you don't want to miss. Join us on these epic adventures and sign up now for news with the email list at russleach.com. Bring your axe and prepare for battle. And if you can't bring your axe, you can taste the biscuit.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.